actually. Felicia and also earlier Asha, and here we also have Irina, right?
Hi, yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. That was beautiful, by the way.
That was so beautiful.
Never thought ballet and Indonesia can intertwine that beautiful together, right? That's that little, tease of like that. Little, yes. Oh my gosh.
Welcome, welcome. By the way, let me introduce you again. So we have here the Namarina Youth Dance Executive Director Irina Putri Sudarsono, and also Namarina Youth Dancer and teacher Felicia Harenya Sunyastari. Welcome.
Thank you for being here with us, giving us that beautiful
for having us.
Yes, exactly. So tell us about this dance company. It's basically a dance company, right?
Yes.
And this particular program where you basically infuse Indonesian culture to ballet, which is very famous, coming from Russia, am I correct?
Italy.
Italy.
Yes, Italy.
It's from Italy.
It is from Italy.
There you go.
Right?
Fun fact.
Yeah.
New
Wow.
fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So NYD or Namarina Youth Dance is actually a semi-professional dance company that was established in 2006.
Yeah.
So it started as Namarina as a ballet school. Saw that we have lots of potential students that are very talented and have this huge passion in dance, and they would want to have they have serious interest in dancing and also maybe have a career in dance, maybe not just as a dancer, but maybe as choreographer or people working in the dance company. So we created this Namarina Youth Dance. It's a company, a dance company. We currently have 8 dancers, company dancers, and also 3 apprentices. So we basically, as a company, we have routine, like we have a routine class, we have rehearsals, we have performances. For now, we have probably, usually we have once a year for our, we call it season performance, so that these dancers and choreographers and also people working in the company could show our craftsmanship of this beautiful art.
Of course. I remember back when I was in the United States going to the New York Ballet Company for the Nutcracker. Was this is a thing that we have to watch during Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Celebrate Christmas. So I understood how it's also very difficult, to be a ballet dancer when we see how beautiful it is, but the craftsmanship takes a lot of work.
It is,
right?
It is.
And how do you guys, especially having that, because you're combining, like Marissa said, combining the Indonesian art and also ballet. And I think there's also this kind of paradigm with people thinking, especially here in Indonesia, that you should do traditional dances, not ballet.
Yeah.
But now you're kind of putting that all together. You can have both.
Yeah. Well, actually, because Namarina is a ballet school, so we still want to keep our roots in ballet, but we realize that we are Indonesian, we live in Indonesia, so we have to somehow incorporate these two together.
Yeah.
Because we live in Indonesia, then we have to mix these two to make it more accessible to people here in Indonesia. And also we believe that if we mix this West meet East culture, it will be easier for us also to penetrate maybe to the world, to introduce also the Indonesian culture, because we feel like it's a good way to share our passion in dancing.
Very unique too.
Yeah.
The Russian doesn't have it.
That's why.
Italians don't have it.
We completely realized that Indonesia has a rich culture. We have so many different traditional dance. For example, what Felicia just performed is somewhat combining the classical and the arm gesture. It's very Indonesian, but we combine it with the basic of ballet technique.
So does it mean that because Felicia, you're also a teacher, you're also a ballet teacher. How do you make sure that the combination between the two kinds of movements can be mixed so nicely? Because I'm sure even the basic movements of Indonesian dances, which is a lot, by the way, that specifically was probably Javanese because it was Gundul Pacul.
Yeah,
right?
it is Javanese.
So how did you work? How did you create it? And what sort of basic movements from both cultures that you have to integrate to create that beautiful movement.
Yeah, seamless.
Yes. I think, Irina, I think what we do here in Marina, we know that the differences between the traditional dances and the classical ballet is like the arms.
The arms.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you see what Asha just performed,
Yes.
she performed very classical arms, like first position, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Yes.
And so in order to combine the two, we try to change the arms so it makes it more distinct.
Right.
Yeah,
So
it's Indonesian, yes.
Okay, so the European one would be like
Do
this.
like this.
Like this?
Uh-huh.
Yes, and then we do like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
And you know,
Indonesian one would be.
Yeah, we trying to do that and
We
probably
flick
like
a little more
that.
with the fingers because
Incorporating more of the
Yeah.
fingers, and like we make an angle with our
Yes.
wrist, and we rarely do that in classical ballet. Or
No
yeah,
way.
we never do.
no way. Our teacher will be mad doing that. So yeah, we do that
Yes.
to make it more traditional, looking like a traditional dance rather
Yes.
than like a classical and very rounded
Yes.
arms. So yeah, the port de bras, or like the carriage of the arms, is what we change in order to like, make it into more traditional.
What about the leg movement as well? Because-
Yeah. Interestingly, you know, when we are watching like a ballet, Balinese dancers,
Yes.
they do turn
Turn
out their
out.
legs.
Yes.
So
like
we have,
ballet.
Yeah, so we have a similarity in
Right.
the footwork,
Right.
but we don't do the like trying to keep the toes up, you know. And
Oh, yes.
yeah, Balinese dancers, they do that.
You're
Yeah.
right.
So we cannot do that. We cannot balance in it.
wow.
We cannot go tiptoes with
Right.
doing that. So yeah. So there's similarities in how you use your legs and turn out. But,
Right.
yeah.
What
So, yeah.
about the exercises that you do? Because before you do a dance routine,
Yes.
you usually have the basic, you know,
Plie.
yeah,
Yeah, the warm up.
I tried.
So now that you're integrating Indonesian culture, is there any specific sort of like exercise or practice that you do to make sure that you can, you know, like bend the way you
Usually
dance?
classical, not all classical ballet, but more sort of like romantic ballet. We try to be very light and
Yes.
delicate and fragile.
Yes.
Like the ballet Giselle or like the ballet La Sylphide.
Yes.
Like we're trying to be like fairies.
Yes,
But-
almost floating.
Almost floating,
Floating.
exactly. That's why we use point shoes.
Yeah.
So it makes us look like we're like gliding on stage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in traditional dances, Indonesian dances, we
We have to stay grounded.
grounded. Yes.
More.
you have
So
to
we
stay
have
grounded.
to like plie a little bit more. We have to bend our legs usually a lot more.
Right.
And to
Yeah.
breathe differently.
Yeah.
In my
Ah.
opinion, because when I dance like more sort of like Japanese or like more Balinese traditional dances, I tend to like breathe downward.
Right.
Okay.
Instead of
How do you
trying,
breathe downward?
like just imagining that my weight is pulling down
have
by
to
the
be
gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
gravity even more. So I stayed it like like that instead of like trying to like
Go
really-
upward.
Yeah.
I guess the art is also very different, right? The philosophy between the dances
Yeah.
is very different. I think Indonesia is very rooted. That's why it's very grounded in every sector or every class of
Yeah.
Indonesia. And I guess, you know, with ballet from the West, it's more like you're uplifting. You're supposed to be like seamlessly, you're not touching the ground. I mean, me watching Black Swan, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my favorite one. That is my favorite one.
Yeah.
To be the white swan, or the white swan, I think that's just more very
Odette.
delicate. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Odette. Now, in this case, I think when you were saying like all the the choreograph and everything, and it's very advanced. So for youth, especially for the younger ones that is now
Yeah.
joining your company, so do
Yeah.
you teach them more of the ballet first for that solid foundation, correct?
Yeah, so right now we are starting our company with students from Namarina Dance Academy. So
Okay.
we audition our students, the talented one, when we see like they have like this huge passion and they have this interest, we take them into like this audition process.
Yeah.
And then when they are selected, they go into this apprentice stage in the
Right.
company. So they already have the basic of the ballet usually because we're starting from the school.
Okay.
And then when they join the company, usually we are teaching them like we already have like maybe 20, 25 repertoire that we created ourselves. It's original choreography.
Okay.
So it's not all ballet Indonesia. It's not all traditional. So they learn a lot from the company, from our repertoire, how they can like blend into this ballet Indonesia that we created. So we also, for the choreography, we usually also take the philosophy, like you said, about the culture. It's not just maybe just the arms or just the feet or just the movement, but also the story behind it. Or because we are, in Indonesia also we have different traditional dance. For example, what Felicia just performed is Javanese.
Yes.
It's very different from when we do like from Padang or from what Batak dance. It's very different. So we learn through this journey of creating the choreography how we can blend these two. So the younger generation also can learn from doing the choreography, from learning. They can learn also the culture, not just the movement. So we sometimes when we do create the repertoire, we were given like a homework, so we have to research first. So we have to understand how it is, why this traditional dance is doing this kind of movement, why, how it is. So we also collaborating with local artists. So we learn from the people that are learning the actual traditional dance. So we are not just incorporating,
taking like the
not
movements,
just you know like taking it, but we learn firstly from them, and then we learn how the steps, like the traditional one, and then we mixing it with the ballet technique.
The dances has a lot of story in it, right? Like the Balinese and the Batatis and Javanese, it all tells a story. My following question, though, because I have watched a lot of, documentary, especially about ballerinas, and I think their life is very hardcore. By the way, you're talking. I've saw one from Bolshoi Academy. It was not easy. I mean, girls were crying to be in it. They, sometimes they have to starve themselves, and they're like their toes are like cracking up and whatnot. Is this something that you kind of also show to your apprentices, let's say, and your ballerinas, because this is. From Indonesia, hopefully they want to go abroad too, and they have to be ready for that kind of climate out there.
Yeah.
So we had a taste.
We had a taste, okay.
Because I mean, when you are rehearsing a lot, when you're training a lot, it's inevitable that you'll be sore, you'll be very tired. You're like juggling so many things at the same time. So yeah, we had a taste of it, but what you're saying was right. I mean, out there, like the professionalism is very different with what we have here, but we had a taste of it. Sometimes we do wake up early in the morning like this, performing like that. So yes.
Can you relate to Natalie Portman in Black Swan?
Not this
Not mentally.
The pressure, the perfectionism, right?
Yes. But if you forget like the joy of dancing, you would not be in this area of like doing the things now. I mean, you have to remember that you like it. Not you have to remember. I mean, you have to find it. That you like it, that you love it, in order to stay. Trying.
Because dancing does bring joy, and I love the fact that we discussed about the importance of the story. Thank you, Carol, for that question, because that's usually is the point of difference between one dancer to another, or one performer to another. When you tell a story that you understand in your mind with your body movement, with your expressions, the audience can actually feel it. It's the same with other kinds of performance, like singing, for example. You see Putri Aryani acting is clear, right? But with Putri Aryani, the girl that has gone viral in America's Got Talent, the fact that everyone or a lot of people cry watching her performance because she feels it. She understands the story, right? This is a great thing that little girls or little boys who want to take up ballet need to understand as well. Yeah, that is awesome. So what is the level of enthusiasm of young people or adults or children nowadays when it comes to ballet? Because a lot of entertainment, like for example, nowadays children have options for entertainment,
Yeah.
for
A lot of options.
dances like hip hop and or
K-pop.
K-pop. Yeah. Right? So where does ballet lie right now in the landscape of dance in Indonesia?
I think it's, you know, it's been a roller coaster journey also for us to, you know, introduce this kind of probably new kind of art form in dance. It's not common when you see like ballet meets the traditional dance. Maybe not. It's not very popular. Maybe you can say that. And also ballet is still perceived here in Indonesia as something that is foreign. So
Really, even
yeah.
until now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, even in Jakarta, in the capital city for now, is I mean, maybe just some percentage that have watched like live performance here in
It's
in
beautiful,
Jakarta.
by the way.
We
When my husband was sleeping, he's like, I'm here, I'm like this. Nail biting myself, I love it. Yeah, but I understand.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So a lot of people have never watched ballet. For example, we just had our season performance back in March.
Yes.
I missed it. We missed
I'm sorry.
We have something coming up.
Yeah. So you can watch the next one. But during that our performance, we have this giveaway tickets because we want to share more to the people in Jakarta what we can do and the art form that is this very beautiful art form. So a lot of people we see in the comments when we see them after the show, it was amazing. I've never watched ballet before. I've never been, even some of them
Inside the
never been to
theater.
the theater. It's a different experience for them. So I think it's still maybe a niche kind of art
course,
form.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So it's not for everybody. So that's why also we are trying to perform more to the public. So we're trying to perform not just in the theater, but also outside, maybe in the mall or in the,
Oh, we did one in Post Block.
yeah, we did a performance in Post Block.
And it was
Amazing.
wonderful because I think we had one parent came to us and then she told us that it was amazing seeing us incorporating ballet and traditional dances because she was a traditional dancer before, so she didn't know that it could be
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah, so
Inspired
we're
people.
hopeful.
Yeah, I think also the role of media is very important.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I remember I took up ballet back in 1991 and I had to unfortunately stop during the Reformation back in 1998. But why I decided to take up ballet at that time, because I saw a ballet performance on TVRI. That was the only channel at that time back in the 80s,
Yeah.
right, in Indonesia. And I think we need to bring that back again so that
Yeah.
we're encouraging more boys and girls to take up
Right.
ballet. Because
Yeah.
it is a beautiful form of art and form,
It is.
not only art, but also expression.
Yes.
Sometimes kids, they don't necessarily be able to express through words, but they can express through their bodies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even like us that we're already we're past 35 years old, but we're still going to learn about it.
You and I,
because-
right?
Yes.
We're gonna dance.
We're going to do it together. No,
So next time we'll see you in the studio,
definitely.
right?
Oh, Morris, I can do that. I can do like the piano stuff. But you guys were telling us about your next, there is going to be a next project. Your last one was in March. So
Yes.
tell us more about your next upcoming project.
So our the nearest one will perform in G Expo.
Okay.
It's a performance. It's a
gala.
It's a gala.
Okay.
So they invite dancers from all over the world.
Right.
And
Yes.
and fortunately, NYD will perform together in the same stage in G Expo in August 13th.
Okay, by that time, I think I'm here.
We'll watch it together.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
so
I
it's
will.
Indonesian Ballet Gala, the third one. So
Right.
it's yeah.
I
So-
think we've seen it a lot in the social media. It's
Yeah,
popping up
yeah,
on
yeah.
my feed all the
Yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah,
So
yeah.
now I know
Yeah.
more in details about this.
Yeah,
great.
we'll perform our repertoire. Actually, it's from our first season, so it's from back in 2006. So we're bringing back the ballet Indonesia that we did in 2006. It's called 50 tahun. So me and Felicia will perform together with Asha and the other dancers from Namarina Youth Dance.
What is
So,
it called again? Indonesian?
Indonesian Ballet Gala.
Indonesian Ballet Gala. Just take note.
August 13th.
August 13th.
in G Expo.
We're going to
Theater.
see you there. So, okay, in case there are parents out there, or uncles and aunts, or grandma and grandpa, or kids, you know, who are interested in joining the Namarina Dance Academy, how do they get the information?
Yeah, so Namarina Dance Academy have a website called www.namarina.org, or they can visit our Instagram. It's namarina_dance_academy. As for the NYD, the company, we have also Instagram, Namarina Youth Dance, so you can see more of our work, our past performances, or our upcoming project. We also sometimes we do also audience development programs, so we give workshop or we give lectures, so it's maybe
educating the
educating
right?
more,
Yeah.
not just performing, but we
Right.
share also our craftsmanship. Like, for example, we also we did a workshop with our repertoire, so we're teaching
To the public.
Yeah, to the public. It's not just for dancers, it's for non-dancers as well. So we're,
It's interesting.
yeah, it was interesting also for us as dancers
Definitely.
to share the.
And my 2-year-old Rashida definitely going to meet with Auntie Felicia and Auntie Irina, getting the first hand of ballet. Mommy's being very, very motivated.
Because mommy never got it back
Mommy
then.
never got it. It's gonna be you. All right, Irina and Felicia, thank you very much for coming
you.
here, showing
Thank
your beautiful
you.
craftsmanship and also sharing about your projects. Thank you very much. Well, definitely we're going to set a date,
Yes.
August 13th.
Yes.
There you go.
And also, we're going to join the class.
Yes, we will do.
You're joining me. There's no ballet.
Even the hand movement, I'm gonna try.
Yay.
From this to this.
That's right.
This to this.
Now we're going to take a break right now, but we'll have more updates from around the world. So stay tuned right here in our show. We'll be right back.